The family of a missing mother in Florida now releasing her final voicemail in the hopes of drumming up leads to where she might be. Michele Parker made the call to her father on November 16th. That was one day before she disappeared. Our Fox affiliate WOFL has the story.
Among the turkey and pumpkin pie, Brad Parker says there's something missing this year, and it's breaking his heart.
I wish she was here, and I'm going to save this forever.
Brad saved a voicemail that his daughter Michele left the day before she went missing last week. He shared it with us.
Hey, Dad. It's about 8:40. This is Michele on Wednesday morning. I know that you're at work, but call me when you have lunch or you have break or at the end of your day, okay? I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
We talked for at least a half hour, and we planned deed supper.
It hasn't been easy for this father as he wonders where his 33-year-old daughter is.
In the last 4 or 5 days, I ain't been sleeping good. I almost put myself in the hospital. I got my composure together. My tears are gone. I'm stronger, and I'm fighting.
He admits at times he fights with officers, frustrated that his darling daughter hasn't been found.
This is day 7. Now they just show up on day 6. You know, it's uncalled for me.
The police are probably doing as best they can. They can't tell you everything, but appeal to all the fathers out there who have daughters, and no matter how old they get, that's still their little girl.
And as Brad searches for his own little girl, he's encouraged after a psychic stopped by with a positive reading.
We had a medium come in last night saying she's still alive.
It gives him hope, but Brad turns to a higher power for strength.
Just hope and pray. And the man upstairs is going to bring her back.
And until that happens, Brad will continue to listen to the very last words Michele left for him.
I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
That was Valerie Bowie reporting from our Fox affiliate WOFL. Joining me now with more on this disturbing case, former D.C. homicide detective Rod Wheeler, a Fox News contributor. Rod, thank you for rejoining us again.
Sure.
And as we listen to that voicemail, you don't have to be a parent to get chills and just to imagine the heartbreak that this father has experienced, knowing he's going to hold on to that voicemail for the rest of his life, not knowing if he'll ever see his daughter again. Family and police are hoping that that voicemail and the last video of her will help them with the investigation. How might that voicemail perhaps lead them to clues?
Well, Julie, there's a couple of ways that this voicemail can assist us in an investigation like this. One, maybe just by hearing her voice, by hearing Michele's voice, it will trigger someone to remember maybe hearing her or seeing her somewhere, and maybe even that could lead to another lead that the police can follow up on. The other reason that this is important for us as investigators is because we kind of get an idea of her mindset right around this time period in which this recording was made, which was only, I guess, a day before she actually went missing. So it sounds to me as an investigator that she sounded relatively normal. She didn't sound upset. So we can start developing somewhat of a profile of the victim in this case. And I'm only calling her a victim because she's missing. Hopefully she's still alive, but we can develop somewhat of a profile for her.
All right, so then you talk about Dale Smith, who I know you feel strongly about the fact that he needs to be polygraphed. He needs to submit to a polygraph test. We don't know if sometimes police will go ahead and do that and they won't actually inform the public that they've done so. What we do know is that he's not a person of interest, nor is he a suspect, and he's the last person that saw the mother of his 3-year-old twins alive. What do they do now? Do they talk to him and try to figure out exactly where he was the day before she disappeared? Because she does. She sounds completely calm in that voicemail. You wouldn't think. There was clearly nothing wrong at the time in the ease of her voice. So then where was he when she left that voicemail, and where was he in the hours afterward?
Exactly, and see, that's the main question here, Julie, that the police and the investigators are trying to figure out right now. This guy, Dale Smith, has to give an account. I mean, a precise account, every minute, every second between the time that this woman went missing, which was the time, as we all know, is the time that she dropped the kids off at his house. He was the last person to see this woman, and the time in which her vehicle was found. He's going to have to give an account for that. And in addition to that, as far as the polygraph is concerned, I'm not sure if the cops have given him a polygraph. They should, because at least with the polygraph, we can start developing somewhat of a profile with him as well.
I mean, maybe they have given him a polygraph and nothing came out of it, and that's why he hasn't been named a person of interest, and we're talking about this for nothing. But at this point, we don't know that. You know, as far as accounting every second from the time that she went missing, and we talk about how, she went missing right after she dropped her kids off at his house. There's this surveillance video of after she dropped her 3-year-old twins off at her ex-fiance's house, Dale Smith, at 3:18 in the afternoon. The video shows Parker's black Hummer SUV coming and going from Smith's condo. And on it, you can see a large sticker which advertises Parker's mobile tanning business called Glow. It's actually seen in the video attached to the car. But here's the part that's perplexing to me, and maybe you can explain. That is a huge sticker. Nearly an hour and a half later, Parker's Hummer is seen in that video leaving the neighborhood, and that sticker appears to have been removed. What do you make of that?
Well, the question here is, why was that sticker removed? And that's what the investigators are trying to find out right now, Julie. But I suspect, and again, I'm not intimately involved in this investigation, but I suspect that there was some kind of a discussion between Dale Smith and this woman, Michele, and for some reason, that sticker was removed. And one more real quick thing. The brother of Michele made a statement last night on the news I thought was really interesting. He said that when he saw pictures of this vehicle, the vehicle looked immaculate, as if it had been recently cleaned or something. I thought that was really interesting, because now the question is, did something happen in that vehicle and someone clean it up before they abandoned it in this community?
Ironically, there's another black Hummer that was seen on that video. It turns out it belonged to a neighbor. So, I mean, it doesn't look good. Rod Wheeler, thank you very much for rejoining us to talk about this confusing case.
Thank you, Julie.
Rick.